our last 4 league games have yielded 1 single point. That needs to be improved upon today. We're not overly far away from the playoffs. It's still only 5 points from where we are in 15th to Exeter in 7th. We do have Exeter today. We start with Mansfield at home. And we've got Manchester City in the in the FA Cup. If this were FM, that would be a brilliant money-raising opportunity. Unfortunately, in FIFA, you get set funds for the FA Cup, so it doesn't matter who you draw, annoyingly. Otherwise, that could be an absolute money day for a club like Cambridge United. Then we'll have Exeter away after that, and then we'll have the 4 games of Stevenage, Macclesfield, Morecambe and Salford in tomorrow's episode. I don't want to sim 4 games this month. I think that's just a little bit too much, especially as we're genuinely trying to get ourselves towards the playoffs. And have to rotate slightly for this game. As you can see, basically the entire right-hand side of my team is unfit at this particular moment in time. We're looking to replace George Taft, who's now left us, signed on a release clause by another team. And unfortunately, having already negotiated a contract with him at the beginning of the season, I couldn't renegotiate with him to get him to stay. So he's gone. We're currently got an offer in for Nathan Collins, a loan bid for him, waiting to see if he accepts or not. I've also added, on top of yesterday's shortlist of centre-backs, some pre-contract options for next season. The majority of those are not a centre-back. In fact, I don't think any of them are at centre-back. We've got Sam Hart, a left-back, currently at Blackburn. Everybody I've got on my shortlist that is available on a pre-contract is early to mid-60s now and has potential of late 60s or early 70s, so would take us into League One and hopefully the bottom half of the Championship as well. Hart is available on a freeze on £3,500 a week right now. There's also Lewis Page at Charlton, another left-back that could be half decent. Of course, at present, we're using Harrison Dunk at left-back, who is really a winger as far as I'm concerned. So we've also got Dylan Connolly, a pacey winger, could play on either side or up top for that matter. He is mainly pace, but he's better technically than my other players that I have that are mainly pace, if you know what I mean. So he is actually an improvement on what we've got. He's on £4,800 a week, but he's on loan at present, but we should be able to sign him on a free if we are able to negotiate something. There's Nathan Thomas, who's at Sheffield United. He too is pacey and probably slightly better technically than Dylan Connolly. Can play on either side of midfield as well. So a long shot taker as well, which actually would suit me down to the ground. At striker, we have options of Dominic Samuel, although he's currently in negotiations with Minnesota United. He's at Blackburn, a striker that would certainly be an improvement on what we've got. And then George Williams, who's currently at Forest Green, who also looks pretty decent and could be a good option for us. Has the finesse shot trait. I don't know if Samuel has any traits at all. He doesn't. So I'm not sure yet which of them I'm going to go for. I'm still thinking of limiting myself to 1 pre-contract signing a season to try and focus on the youth squad and the players coming through there, rather than just flood the team and the squad with 6 pre-contract players just because I can. I'd rather make it more of a challenge and do it step by step. So I'm going to have to wait to make a decision on those players. But moving forward, we'll jump into gameplay to start us off. Mansfield at home in the first game, then Manchester City away from home in the FA Cup, which is not going to be an easy game at all. Carruthers can start ahead of Jack Rolls. I'm actually going to put... Liam O'Neill still looks like... in fact, I'm going to put Liam O'Neill in. Liam O'Neill still looks like Claudio Ranieri, unfortunately, in game. Noyle is tied at right back. And Norville Williams actually played well last time he played. Deliv is there on the right at the minute. So we're going to have to rely on him, I think. I don't have winger options, really. In fact, I could put Jones at left back and then put Harrison Dunk out wide. There you go. Let's do that. But I'm not going to be able to rely on my bench at all, really, in this next game. Put Brown there. We'll put Coker. To be fair, I could play Coker. Let's play Coker because he's fully fit. Oh, it's a real balancing act in the minute, but such is life when you're at a smaller club with less options and players that have lower stamina ratings. Their actual footballing ability shouldn't really have any bearing on their physical ratings. Players shouldn't have lower stamina just because they're at a smaller club and have less technical ability. Your physical ability, specifically stuff like stamina and strength, can be worked on regardless of your ability to be any good at football or not. So it's slightly frustrating that stamina is so low for a number of these players at this stage, but that's the hand we're dealt with. So we shall build with it. This is our current stadium, of course. Renamed it as the Abbey Stadium. We will be moving once we reach probably championship level. We'll upgrade the stadium. This ground will probably do us in League One as well. Then when we reach the championship, we'll use mods and change our stadium to one that's slightly bigger. And then when we reach the Premier League, we'll change it again and upgrade yet further. Maybe leave it a year. Depends how long it takes us to get to Premier League level, really. Perhaps it's not too realistic to have one stadium in 1 year and then a new stadium the next. But perhaps when we get to Championship level, we'll have a bigger stadium, but we'll consider that we're renting that stadium and being there temporarily whilst our bigger stadium that we'll upgrade to in the Premier League is being built. That's the way we'll do it. That makes sense. That makes logical sense and realistic sense. Just similar to Tottenham. It's just that obviously we won't be having Wembley as our go-to stadium. In fact, I could set it to a local team. We could... no, because... maybe Carrow Road. I was going to say no local teams actually have their ground in the game, but Norwich's ground is in the game. We could maybe have a season or two at Carrow Road and then get a bigger ground. That actually sounds quite appealing. Right, that's Mansfield's starting lineup. We have lost the last 2 times we've played a 5 at the back formation. We've also lost 3 of our last 4 league games. So I need some points today. McDonald. He's got an option arriving out wide and he will use it. Coker trying to keep up with the run. Riley back to McDonald. Here's Davis again. Just a number of bodies in the way. Couldn't find a way through. 3 men trying to close him down. That's lofted over and will fall kindly for Tomlinson. Here's Newton. Out wide to Law. Brings that down nicely. Turns well. McDonald. Norville Williams in the way. Mansfield attacking again. It's always more of a 3-5-2 or 3-5. Oh, good flicked header at the near post. So it's more of a 3-back and a 5 in midfield whenever we tend to play 5-back formations because their wing-backs always push forward and get wide in midfield and cause me all sorts of problems. And Mansfield have themselves a 1-0 lead here with a flicked-on header at the near post. Just loses his marker there, the number 7 at the... No, it wasn't even the number 7. It was their number 9, losing the man, number 16. Just ran away from him, didn't track the run, and, well, it's an easy enough header. Free header. 1-0 down after 16 minutes. We thought this would be a difficult season, and it is proving to be exactly that. Didn't think we'd get promoted in this first year, and it certainly doesn't look like we will, although, you know, if we have a strong second half to the season, there's no reason why we can't challenge for a playoff place. But we'll have to wait and see how things progress. Here's George Maris looking for Andy Dallas, who turned his back on the ball, which is criminal in that situation. You cannot turn your back on the ball when it's being passed to you, otherwise how are you supposed to know where it is to turn and take a touch? Coker just knocked this in front of Carruthers there, which is nicely done. And Nibs, Dallas, maybe the run around the corner. Go on, Andy, you're in. Turns inside. Andy Dallas. Good save by Olenik, the goalkeeper. It's a good turn from Dallas, and unfortunate not to give us an equaliser. Keeper's going to come and punch that. Dunk brings it down. It's on his favoured left foot, but he hasn't got the space for a shot. Carruthers does, but he can't find the target. Win that header. Well up, Harry. Unfortunately not finding a teammate, though. McDonald into Azua. McDonald again. Trying to put him under pressure here with George Maris, but can't get the ball off him. Azua around the corner there to McDonald. Out wide to Law. Drops the shoulder nicely. Trying to work the ball towards the middle again. For the umpteenth time, I'm struggling with their wingers. Get that forward, and Dunk will just have to turn away. It's all about keeping possession at this moment in time, not necessarily just racing forward with no real plan. Nibs will spread this out wide here to the left to Coker. Reggie Lamb could make me a run down the line, which I've asked him to do, and he has obliged. And Maris could find him through that gap. Now, are you onside, Reggie? That's the question. Yes is the answer. Get this inside here to George Maris, whose shot is blocked. And it's cleared away for another corner. We are creating chances here. This is positive. Oh, it's cleared away. Falls again to Dunk, whose touch is poor. Harry Darling's not necessarily going to score from there. But Carruthers could score from here. Oh, but can't get the ball past the keeper. They're defending brilliantly here, Mansfield. And we've just thrown them possession, annoyingly. Well, of the two sides, we've had the better attacking play and the higher amount of chances, but we still trail here. It's positive that we're creating opportunities. It shows that we're not just getting beaten with no fight back. We are having opportunities and the chance to win games is there. I just need that little bit more quality in front of goal, which currently we don't have. Brothers out to Norville Williams. I'll ask Dunk to make the run down the line and we'll try and get ourselves one more opportunity before half-time. Dallas. Nibs is around the corner. Maris. Got that to Nibs. Come on, Harvey. You're in the box. And across here is Maris. Oh, my God. What have I got to do to score a goal in this game? Oh, I thought that was it when Maris was in so much space. I tried to drop the shoulder to work the angle as the keeper was committing one way, but then the defender came across on the cover. Am I not 3-1 up in this game? Unbelievable. Cross could come in, perhaps. Nice tackle by Norville Williams. I say tackle. He just ran into me, but I'll take it. Nibs down the line to Harrison Dunk. We continue to attack well in this game. Dallas is there making runs. Reggie Lamb drops his shoulder beautifully and will look to get away from the men that are with me. And here's George Maris, and he's worked the opportunity, and we still can't score. Nibs could get to that first, but he's not got the strength to hold off Sweeney. Another chance comes and goes. Surely we'll score eventually. We can't go this entire game without getting the ball in the back of the net. Come on, Harvey. Or he dinks the ball past the defender well, but doesn't actually get himself past the defender well. Blocked by Carruthers. Ball to Nibs, and Dallas could be away here, and he's in, and he's onside. Andy Dallas, at last. That has been coming for a long time. Cambridge 1, Mansfield 1. That's the way to use Andy Dallas. Get him in behind and finish. Riley, inside there to Rose. Back to Riley. Cross comes in. Davies gets down to it, but we will clear that away. Win that, Harvey. Really need to improve Harvey Nibs' strength because he does not do as... Oh, brilliant football. No! How's that squeezed in? Oh, man. All that hard work to get yourself level. And he squeezed that in the tiniest of gaps at the near post. Oh, so unlucky to lose possession like that. Intercepted, but the ball just rolls off his foot straight to the Mansfield man. And with such a tiny gap to aim at, the keeper doesn't know whether to go with his hands or his feet, and in the end goes with neither. What are you doing? Says the manager. Danny Rose, ever a good goal scorer for Mansfield, makes it 2-1 to the away side. Sweeney, that's a loose pass. Oh, but Darling's header doesn't find Dallas, who would have been in a great position if it had just gotten past that midfielder. Here's Riley. Try and force him down the line. He's crossed it. Well, poorly, but he might still find a teammate. And he does. Here's Law. Good block by Norville Williams. That's exactly what happened when they scored their first. Let's not concede a near-post header this time, shall we? Corner to come in from Tomlinson. It's towards the penalty spot. Pearce wins the ball and it falls straight to Sweeney. We will play a lot worse than this game and win. We have played a lot worse than this and won. That's so unlucky that the ball just falls to Sweeney there 3 yards out and he's able to just swiftly turn with no one near him and bury the ball. We've had more chances than Mansfield, arguably better chances than Mansfield as well, but I've only scored the one goal. Go on, Harvey, you're in. Oh, and it just won't fall for me the way it falls for them. Oh, it's Liam O'Neill. I thought it was Harry Darling because of the lighter hair, but no, that's Claudio Ranieri's head. I did speak to FIFA actually about that, and the way he, or the way you have to add, good save, Dimmy, pick it up, The way you add new faces to the game is by replacing current faces. So he's added a new face to the game, and as such removed Claudio Ranieri's face from Claudio Ranieri, or Ranieri's model, so that he can add presumably another manager's face into the database. And what he does is moves the face from... Oh no, that's going to fall for the... I'm getting really unlucky here. He changes the face from someone with a face and moves that face to a really low-rated player that has a generic one. Just so happens that one of the low-rated players he's moved that face to is Liam O'Neill from Claudio Ranieri. That's why he has Claudio Ranieri's face. I've been desperately unlucky in this game. We should be winning 4-1, not losing 4-1 after the drubbing against Swindon yesterday. That looks on paper, if you just look at the results, like we've been awful. But I played really well in that game and got desperately unlucky in front of goal and desperately unlucky at the other end as well defensively. We will play like... If we play like that in every game remaining this season, we will get playoff football. I just need to have a bit more clinical finishing in front of goal. I'm not sure what went wrong is what I'll say. Blame wasn't mine. I know what went wrong, but I can't speak negatively of the players. They played really, really well in that game. We just didn't have the rub of the green. They were lucky to win like this is exactly the right way to phrase that response. Oh, good. Okay, glad we're aligned. Influential performance, Andy. Thank you for the goal. Expect more from you, Makeka. Interest shown in Dominic Sammy by Minnesota United. A transfer offer for Paul Lewis. I'm not going to sell Paul Lewis right now. I'm going to need the numbers for the remainder of this season. But next season, I might be open to selling Paul Lewis. Interest shown in Dominic Samuel from Brøndby as well. That shows the calibre of player he is. A transfer offer for George Maris of £760,000. That's a swift no, but we are going to have to... In fact, I should really look through and make sure I haven't got any other release clauses on any of my players, shouldn't I? Final scout report is back on Christian Dirks-Rees, who's the loanee available. 62 rated, doesn't look incredible. And then Alexander Borkovic, what? 65 rated. I'd be open to loaning him, but we'll see if we're able to get... Why have we not heard back from the Irish lad yet? From Stoke. Is that still ongoing? Still ongoing. Waiting for him to either accept or reject. Come on. Make your decision. Did we have scout reports back on any of the other centre-backs, by the way? No, not yet. How long does it take for a 24-day scout report to come back? So far, it's taken like 5 weeks. It's taken 30 plus days for a 24-day scout report. Right, we can play with the first team and then they'll all be fit again for the game against Exeter. Manchester City away from home coming up next. Now, if ever we were going to get battered in a game, this would be the one. Right, City's lineup. Daniel Grimshaw in goal. Harwood Bellis at centre-back, who's actually a player we've got a scout report waiting on, so we can actually see him in action here. Basically, rotation back 8 for them, although Zinchenko at left-back, with Sterling, Aguero and Mahrez as the front 3. So they're not going to be shy in front of goal, I don't think. And to be fair, even though it's an entirely rotated rest of the team, they're still probably to a man higher rated and better than my players. But at least Delev has started off by showing Raheem Sterling who's boss. And Riyad Mahrez does some defensive work of his own. I am expecting to get hammered in this game. But when you play against higher opposition with a weakened team or with a lower star team, you never can be too sure of how things are going to go. If you recall, actually, I think it was the FIFA 19 Road to Glory, wasn't it? Where in the first year, Season 1 in League 2, we actually... Poacher's finish. We actually went all the way to the semi-finals of the FA Cup against Manchester United. I don't think that's going to happen this year. Sergio Aguero starting as I would expect Manchester City to continue. Brilliant movement there and speed of change of direction. And a quality finish from a quality striker. Got to worry about other players as well. Can't concentrate just on the front 3. Otherwise, everybody else will just have too much space to do some damage. Bring that down with Delev. What I'm thinking of doing with the pre-contract signing is going for a left-back. I have Harrison Dunk currently as my starting left-back here on the left-hand side. Outside of that, I have Norville Williams, who's 52 rated, and the on-loan Ben Coker, and the 61 rated 33-year-old Jones. So I think getting a younger, decent potential left-back is actually the right move for January pre-contract. So that's what I'm going to do. I've made that decision actually in the process of playing this game. It just occurred to me. So that's what I'm going to do pre-contract wise. I just need to make a decision as to which pre-contract left back I go for, and I'll double check their ratings on FIFA because I currently don't have the scouting capability to scout any of those that I've got on the shortlist. Hopefully, once we get the scout reports back for those centre backs, the scouts will be freed up enough so that they can, and hopefully quickly enough, be able to get reports back on the left backs that I'm looking at. But as of yet, I'm going to have to rely on SoFIFA.com. That's where I check all my potentials, for those of you that are curious. Well, what a turn by Mahrez. Good save. So I'll probably be looking for a pre-contract left-back. But which pre-contract left-back remains to be seen. But City haven't been too dominant to this point. Is that going to be another corner? No, it's a goal kick. Half an hour in, it's only 1-0. And we don't look too out of it. Nice interception by Noyle, but Sterling gets the ball first. Zinchenko to Sterling again, little back heel. This is getting a little bit fancy from City now. Pozo, Aguero, devastating as ever. 2 for Sergio, 2 for City. We're going out of the FA Cup, but that's not really much of a shock, is it? Adebayo. Here's Conceição with his first action in a Cambridge United shirt. 100% pass accuracy for Conceição in a Cambridge United shirt. That's a positive start for him. He should be a very good player for us, hopefully, over the course of this save, up until maybe bottom half of Premier League level. And hopefully, by that point, dynamic potential will have taken over, and he can actually become a decent player for us. Oh, is that a free kick there? It is. Free kick in a very good position here on the edge of the box. Now, actually, I think Conceição has the best free kick accuracy in the club. He doesn't actually. 66 to 68 for Jones, but he does have better curve. Go on then, Conceição. This would be one hell of a welcome. One hell of a welcome to Cambridge United if he can score a... Speechless! Speechless! Our scout future star has been on the pitch for a matter of minutes, involved in the build-up of the move, and lets fly with a gorgeous free kick into the top left-hand corner at the Etihad. Oh, perfect angle for it as well. Lovely technique up over the wall, down again and into the back of the net. I will have to make sure that I untuck his shirt and change his boots as well. But that was a stunning goal. Alex Conceição, welcome to Cambridge United. Into Aguero here, he's turned well. Got me twisting and turning all over the place for Harry Darling. I can't cope with it. On his hat-trick still, Aguero. Here's Diskerud. Mecca, Aguero. Oh, has his hat-trick. That was a thumping finish. 3 for Sergio Aguero. We had the faintest of hopes after that free kick went in that we might have been able to get ourselves back in it. Slightly lucky again for the AI as Diskerud tried to pass or shoot and it cannoned off the defender and went straight back to him and settled at his feet as if he'd not touched the ball at all. But never mind. 3-1 to Manchester City now. We didn't expect to do anything in this game. And I'm not going to be disappointed with the way that we've played. I've been proud of the players here and really, really proud of Conceição getting involved and scoring that free kick. And he's played through Adebayo here. Oh, and it doesn't quite reach Andy Dallas, whose legs aren't quite long enough to bring that down. Nice head look of Adebayo, but Mix Diskerud is going to get to it again. City are going to win this and win it comfortably, but I'm still quite happy with how we played. Go on, Andy, you've got the space to run into here. Turn and look for Maris, oh, his touch lets him down. I needed a bit better close control there. Trying to shake off Diskerud and look for a pass to a teammate, but never mind. It's going to be a 3-1 defeat here at the Etihad, but I'm happy with how we played in both of today's games so far. Even though we've conceded 7 goals, 3 of them were to Sergio Aguero, and a number of Mansfield's were either undeserved or fluky. Get to that, please, Harrison. Never mind. Well, Alex Conceição is off the mark at Cambridge United with a bang. A wonder goal for our scout future star. Unfortunately, not in the context of a victory, but we've gone to a Premier League team and we've scored a great goal and put in a respectable performance. So I'm happy enough with that. Thrashed. We're not ready for this stage, is what I'll say. We've done well to get to the 3rd round, but we're not even close to being ready to compete with a side like Manchester City. Sergio Aguero was Sergio Aguero. You didn't really expect anything less from him, do you? Utter professionalism and brilliant goal-scoring ability. Nathan Collins is in on loan. The loan deal is done. We have ourselves, pleased with that, we have ourselves a new starting centre-back for the remainder of the year. That's exactly what we were after. Exactly what we were after. Right, let me do that. Just trying to. I get really OCD with how my players are laid out in my club. I don't know why. Everybody has to be in position order. Right then, let's crack on. If we can get 3 points against Exeter now, that would put us back in the hunt for playoffs. We're still 15th after the defeat to Mansfield, but 3 points puts us on 34, and then we'd still only be 3 points outside the playoffs if other results go our way. I do need to add another training regime in here for more regens, so I'm going to go and do that now. We've got Brown, Conceição and Wright in there, Wilson and Wright there. I'm going to add some more for the other youngsters we have. I'm going to have a quick press conference before the game against Exeter, and I have isolated the one player I think I'm going to go for with regards to pre-contract. It's the left back from Charlton. We can win today is what we'll say. We are winless in 5, unfortunately. A great heated encounter last time we met Exeter. We shall try and win again. Can't remember what the result was last time we had Exeter. I don't know if I simmed it. If it was at home, I may well have done. What was the score last time we played Exeter? I'm trying to just keep an eye out for their badge here. Last time we played Exeter, it was a 2-1 win at home. I played Salford in that month and Northampton, and I definitely simmed Macclesfield and Grimsby. So, yeah, we played Exeter last time and won by 2-1. So I shall aim to do the same again. Now then, pre-contract signing. I'm going to go for Lewis Page. Sam Hart's currently on loan at Blackburn, and Lewis Page is at Charlton. Both, judging by SoFIFA, Sam Hart starts at 63 and has potential of 71, and Lewis Page starts at 65 and has potential of 72. Let me just double check that in front of me. Sam Hart, 63 overall, 72 potential. 65 overall for Lewis Page, 71 potential. So he starts slightly higher, but has slightly less potential. But with dynamic potential being a thing, we could boost that with him just playing well. So I'd rather go for the player that's higher rated overall to begin with, to give them more of a scope for growth. And he's on less of a wage a week. So we'll try and get Lewis Page in. He wants a crucial starting role. He will be my starting left back next season. So he's more than welcome to have that. We'll try and sign him on as long a deal as possible. And hopefully he won't want too much wage-wise. No release clause is fine by me. It's preferable. And £2,600 a week is absolutely agreeable. I shall actually offer him a little bit more if it means we can save on that other bonus. £3,000 a week. Are you willing to sign that? Good. We have our first pre-contract signing of FIFA 20 on the RTG, Lewis Page. I'm still planning on only... Let's wait for these bloody scout reports to come back. And they are definitely being scouted, because I searched for Kilmore, and said end scouting. So the scouting is still ongoing for these guys. It's just taking like 2 months to get a scout report back. So I could really do with some better bloody scouts. Oh, frustrating. But at present, I'm still going to lean towards just having the 1 pre-contract per season. Do let me know your feedback on that in the comment section down below. And if you'd like me to sign more, then maybe we can look into that for next year. But I'm definitely only going to make the 1 pre-contract signing this year. Harrison Dunk is my starting left-back at present. Obviously, we're going to need him to be utilised in a different role next season. Obviously, the higher-rated left-back coming in will certainly take priority. And Dunk can probably be on the bench where Jones is now, and we'll sell Jones. Coker will obviously leave us as he's a loanee. I do want to put Constance out on the bench permanently now. I think he's earned that spot, even with just the 1 performance. Right. Exeter away. My God, do we need a win in League 2. Exeter look pretty similar to the way they played against us, or lined up against us last time. Moxie, their captain again. Nicky Law, Nicky Iose, forward, 5 at the back. Oh, my most hated formation to play against at present. Exeter 0, Cambridge 0, but I do expect goals in this game, especially if we play as well as we have done so far today. Especially if we are as unlucky in front of our own goal as we have been so far today. Switch out wide here to Richardson. Early delivery, and Taylor's done well. This will be the young Stoke City centre-back's first game for me. So hoping for a good performance from him. Here's Sparks into the middle, and Law gets to that ahead of Harrison Dunk, thankfully. Straight at the keeper. Richardson played in behind. Another delivery in. Another good header, but wide of the target this time. They're relying quite heavily on crosses into the middle so far, Exeter. That's a decent corner, but Dunk away this time. Here's Andy Dallas first. And, oh, there's not as much space on this left-hand side as I thought there might be. Dunk inside to Dallas. Go on, Andy, you're in. Dallas scores for Cambridge United again. Adebayo and Andy Dallas are creating quite the partnership up top. We lead by a goal to 0 in the early stages. Drops the shoulder. In there to Law. Another switch. They do like getting the ball played out quickly to Richardson on this right-hand side. And they've been very desperate to get those balls in as well. Good header by Collins. First action he's had in this game so far. So solid enough as a loanee signing to this point. He's one of our highest rated players coming in on loan from Stoke. Get that down the line to Delev before he ran offside. I'm actually going to try and get this back to Adebayo if I can. Which I can't. We get to that with Noyle first. No, Bowman does well. Oh, he's kicked that straight at George Maris there. Quickly to Jack Rolls. Hold the man off, Jack. Well done. Adebayo spins the defender, and he's in behind. Adebayo. He's give a pen. Oh, he's give a pen. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. A red card. Drama at St James's Park. Exeter down to 10 men. I need to see a better replay of that. I don't know. Has he got the... I think he might have gotten the ball there. So on the run through here, Adebayo. And I'm about to pull the trigger any moment now with my left foot. And the tackle comes in. And... oh, does he make contact with the ball? That's the big question. I'm not sure he does. The ball definitely changes angle though. I think it might just be a case of like the graphics not being able to keep up with the physics engine, but the ball definitely changes direction there, only slightly. But when the right foot comes round, it does take a touch on the ball. He does get the ball and man. I don't think that's a penalty. Exeter can find themselves hard done by for even just having the penalty being given in the first place, let alone the fact that they've now gone down to 10 men. I feel for them there. That is not fair on them at all. Right. Well, Adebayo earned the pen. Adebayo can take the pen as he's chasing down that golden boot to give us a 2-0 lead at St James's Park, and he's thumped it home. Go and celebrate in front of the travelling Cambridge fans. It's a long way to go from Cambridge down to the south coast to Exeter down in Devon. But it looks like it's going to be a worthwhile journey. Sparks with the throw inside to Nicky Law. Forward to Martin. Bowman turns. Collins to Martin. To Bowman. Collins again. It's good possession play by Exeter. And they're going to have to be that patient because they've got a man less now. Sparks. Interception by Delif, but it falls kindly for the Exeter man again. We had really bad luck in front of goal. Oh, in the game against Mansfield. But that luck has been repaid in this game. That red card and penalty decision will almost certainly ensure that we win this fixture. And we'll get the 3 points that we should have gotten against Mansfield. Reggie Lamb will duck inside here. Look for Dallas. Trying to turn the defender. And off the post. Rolls on the rebound. I'll do the apology. That's very harsh on Exeter, yet still. The luck has definitely been repaid from the Mansfield game. 3-0 Cambridge United inside the first half. Richardson, early whip. Greggy tees up, as is the ball. Almost directly up, not necessarily away, was it? Delev, forward into Adebayo. Back there to Maris. Across to Dunk. I see Andy Dallas actually, and I'll look for him first. And Adebayo is there. Dallas is going to make that run again. Does like to run off me when Adebayo's in possession. Oh, that wasn't meant for you, Jack. You got any strength? No. Win that header. Well up, Greg. Jack Rolls gets that first as well. I mean, they might be down to 10 men Exeter, but the remaining men that are on the field certainly aren't playing very well either, to be fair. This has been one of, if not the best result for us of the season. Ironically, the Mansfield game was one of the best performances we've had all year as well. Adebayo going to try and commit the defender one way. Well, I think it has to be done. Free kick here on the edge of the box. Conceição, do it again, my man. I have not done his kit and boot change yet. I'm going to do it at the end of the episode. But Conceição is going to come off the bench. Can he do it for a second? So we could not be more central, could we? It's literally in line with the penalty spot. Can we do it again? Oh! So very nearly. I was just silent and focused there, trying to make sure that we got the right angle, power, and direction on that free kick. If I'd have just gone slightly more to the right, I'm pretty sure that would have gone in off the bar. 3-0 still against 10 men. We're going to get the win here, but the question is, by how many? That's a good header. We might be scoring again. It's 2-0 than we thought. Dallas, lovely turn. Andy Dallas away from the defenders. His left foot is no good whatsoever. Williams. Oh, that's hit Maris. That'll fall kindly for Reggie Lamb, which just brings it down. Took him about 10 years to do so, but never mind. I think Conceição is going to be my starting lineup. Oh, that was terrible. My starting lineup replacement for Jack Rolls next season. When we lose Rolls from his loan deal, I'm pretty sure Conceição is going to be the man to take over in the middle. That or Sam Carruthers, because Carruthers has been pretty damn decent when we've called upon him this season as well. But Conceição is the man that's going to have the better potential. So I think I should concentrate on young Alex. Adebayo in there to Andy Dallas. Bit isolated up top at the minute, these two. There's a lot of Exeter defenders back here now, trying to make up for the fact that they lost a man. Well, somehow Adebayo still has the ball there. Not entirely too sure how he's done that. Dunk. Back to Maris. Conceição is there. We'll look for Adebayo around the corner. There's a fourth. And Conceição has an assist in his second game. 2 goals, 2 games, 2 goal contributions from Alex Conceição. Adebayo continues his push for the golden boot here in League 2. Lovely ball around the corner of the outside of his foot, and I think that's made my decision up for me. Alex Conceição will be my starting centre mid alongside George Maris for next season. Adebayo is confirming with every moving episode, or every passing episode, that I really want to get him in permanently moving forward. He's certainly been my best goal threat all season long. What a player he's been for us. There's only 3 minutes to go. This second half feels like it's gone super quick. Oh, that was wild from Nicky Law. That's all she wrote for this one. Massive victory down in Devon for us. We're already 1-0 up by the time the red card came, but it certainly swayed the game even further in our favour. And the referee had a good view of it there, as you can see. Just at the end, the referee came into picture. He could see what happened. Tom Parks and Exeter City will feel very hard done by there. But guess who felt hard done by in the first game today? Me. So Mansfield 4. Then Cambridge 4. We didn't see Paul Mullin because he's a loanee. He's not very fast. Doesn't suit my style of play. We're ready to turn things around at Cambridge United. Adebayo was insane today. Very impressive performance from him. Oh, you're welcome. I'm really, really, really pleased with the way that we've played today. In all games. In all games. I've added another training preset. You can see here. It's Griffiths, the youngster, who's 14, and Conceição, again, continuing his training. Going to keep training Nibs and Dallas as well. Hopefully Nibs can continue to improve and dynamic potential will take over for him sooner rather than later. But Adebayo is the man that's certainly the man in form right now. I do need to edit Conceição, so let me do that quickly. And then change his boots as well from the generic ones. Let's give you Mizuno ones, so they suit with the kit. There we go. Right, I'm quite happy with how today's... No, rephrase. I'm quite... Oh my god, are we getting scout reports back? At last! Maybe we could sign another loanee. Oh my god. That was just habit to go into this. Concentrate less on the opponent, Stevenage. I'm not sure which game I'll sim tomorrow, actually. It's our responsibility to try to keep our momentum going. We hopefully have turned a corner with that win against Exeter. I'm not sure if I want to loan someone else or not. We have a game in hand, actually, here, and could go... Well, goal difference is going to kill us off, but we could go 10th with a win. Oh, it's only on those around us, unfortunately. Those above still have that matchday 26 to play, but still. So with Stevenage at home, then Macclesfield, who are top of the table, away, Morecambe away, and Salford at home. I'll probably sim Salford, because Stevenage is a local derby. I'll sim Salford, but we'll play Stevenage. Or do I sim Stevenage because it's at home, and it will lessen the effect of stamina for Macclesfield, Morecambe and Salford? Oh, I'll figure that out when I record tomorrow's episode. Have a quick look at these scout reports, and let me just delete all the emails and I'll go and have a look through in the transfer shortlist, and then we can have a look and see who's actually any good. Is anyone worth loaning? They're all centre backs, of course, so we've already bought in one centre back. Not all the scout reports are back yet. Ruben Collins, 19 years of age, but he's really, really bad. It was great for me on Football Manager though. Jack Tucker, 61. We do that anyway. Liam Edwards, 60. Rated on the dot. Fitzwater, 65. Some of these guys could be potential transfer targets for next season, of course, or loan targets for next season as well. Ratchet. Not sure about him. Strauch. Going to remove him. We'll remove Edwards. These two guys I'm going to remove. I want to stick to domestic signings for the time being. Rob Dickey does look very good, actually. He's also very expensive. Musinho's 33, and his stats will be starting to drop. And he was available on a pre-contract. Is Zek Medley worthy of a loan signing next year? Potentially. Kilman does look good as well, actually. Looks like this player is unwilling to relocate. I mean, it's not like Wolves is massively far from Cambridge. 2.5 hours in the car, maybe? Callum Bailly was a popular recommendation. Could be a go-to with that extra strength. Harwood Bellis looks like he's going to be decent too, although only 62 at the moment. And Kilgore, well, I haven't got the scout report back on him. I don't think he's even being scouted at this stage. Right, so Hart we can remove because we're not going to get him. I'll remove all of the lower rated guys that we definitely aren't going to go for. I'll scout Kilgore to see if he's any good. He'll be playing at League 1 level. And then I'll scout these guys too, now that my scouts are free. And then we'll see what they're like. Maybe, obviously not for a pre-contract now, because we've got our one pre-contract signing, but maybe for a permanent deal next year. But that will end us for today, lads. Thank you very much for watching. Very much appreciate your support on this series so far. You've been giving it plenty of support, and I do very much appreciate that. Really, really good of you to show this level of commitment to the Cambridge United RTG as you do every year. So tomorrow, 4 games, the end of the January transfer window, and hopefully movement up the league table. We live in hope. I'll see you tomorrow.